The Chieftain Mk6 has a long history on the channel. It's a vehicle that I have claimed many times as the best gun in tier 10. Why? It's got good damage per shot, it's got solid penetration, and it's got incredibly good accuracy. The gun on the Chieftain, I think basically agreed by everybody, is just one of the most enjoyable guns out there. Now, I know that everybody's entitled to their own opinions. I like the 215B gun better. I like the Leopard gun better. Blah, blah, blah. Point being, I personally think the Chieftain gun is the best in the game for all of the above put into one smackaroony. It's got Hesh, it's got accuracy, it's got shell velocity. It literally has everything. But don't you worry, next update, it's not going to have any of those characteristics, because Wargaming is completely changing the way the Chieftain Mk6 gun works. I pray that they make it a second gun. That's all I'm going to say. I really pray that Wargaming uses their little thinker noggins and says, gee, instead of completely changing the Chieftain Mk6, which is beloved by 90% of the player base for the amazing gun, how about we give it a second gun with a Hesh option? So what are they actually doing to the Chieftain, in case you didn't watch my balance changes video? Well, essentially, they're turning it into a Charlemagne in tier 10. It's going to have a, I think it's 470 alpha Hesh firing gun. It's going to feature tungsten shells, which, I mean, that sounds great, don't get me wrong, but it's losing reload, and its accuracy is also getting worse. So the major drawing point of the Chieftain is getting worse. Not only that, but the vehicle is no longer going to have premium APCR. Yeah, so essentially, they're making it a Charlemagne. Now, I don't have a problem with that. As I said, I would probably run the Hesh gun over the APCR gun. However, it still really doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, Wargaming is still really ruining what the Chieftain's known for, which is one of the best guns in tier 10. So to me, I'm really disappointed, and I don't know what to say. Like, it doesn't matter how good a tank's going to be after they change it if they take away the main drawing point of the vehicle, you know? That's really how I describe it. So, I like the bat chat saying noobs on the enemy team when he's dead already. I'm not really sure what to do here, though, I'm going to be honest. That Sheridan is YOLOing up as fast as he can, and I wonder if he's going to poke this here. No, it doesn't look like it. There's really nothing to do in this game, bro. I don't know what the heck the enemy team is doing. They're just kind of dying. Alright, let's just poke the BZ, and there you go. Nice 418 damage shot. The gun on the Chieftain is... it's just great. I mean, it doesn't have the highest pen, but it doesn't really need the highest pen. Because what it has in return is all the accuracy and other mechanics. Oh, well, we're about to be down. No health, because the Yag is really bad. That's incredibly lucky. He probably hit our upper plate instead of the lower plate and managed to bounce. I will take any luck I can get in a vehicle that is rather... ooh, that shell went under the enemy. That's a bit unfortunate. Well, we got the 260 over here, and ooh, look at that. 535 high explosive shell into his tank. Do not think he enjoyed that, even slightly. The 268 version 4 was a bit fixated on me, when he should have been fixated on my teammate who shot him, especially because then I got the shell into the V4, bleeding him out even more. And at this situation, we're going to aim it on the Super Conk. Nice 415 damage shell. And we reload again. We got the Sheridan all the way in the back, and not able to hit the Sheridan just yet. But that's no problem. The enemy team only has 3 tanks left, one of which is a BZ-75, which we have the rear of. Look at that, 644. I mean, this is why it doesn't really matter if Wargaming takes away, or like, you know, gives it a Hesh gun. It still has Hesh, and the Hesh is still really, really good on this tank as it is. I just don't really see a situation where the Chieftain really needs a Hesh firing gun. We're already at 3,600 damage this game, which is pretty good. And all that's left is a Sheridan, so we are going to push right up on the Sheridan. Okay, well, which way is he facing? Looks like he's facing over here. So we're going to push right up on him, and we're going to load in a high explosive shell and a nice 488 juicer into his lower plate. He is going to try and hold as long as he can, and we're going to load in another high explosive, and there you go, another 400. So this game alone started off pretty slow, and I actually didn't think I was going to get much damage. But again, because of the accuracy, because of the hash, and because of the mobility of the Chieftain paired with solid armor, we were able to turn what was a pretty mediocre game into a 4,600 damage farm and a really easy win. I mean, the Chieftain's just incredible right now, and you can see why. The gun feels great, the armor's solid, the mobility's good. And while it is going to keep the armor and the mobility, I don't know. I'm so disappointed to see what was probably my favorite gun getting changed. Ooh, a decent map for the Chieftain. We arrive on Normandy. I think my favorite part about the Chieftain Mk6 is the fact that it's flexible on literally every map. Because it features 10 degrees of gun depression, because it features solid armor on the turret and hull, and very good mobility, it means that it really doesn't matter what map you get stuck on. I mean, the Chieftain is one of the most flexible vehicles, and unlike a T110E5, it doesn't really struggle on the reverse speed department. It's got that hesh, it's got more DPM than an E5, and I think my favorite advantage of this vehicle over something like a T110E5 is the fact that its on-movement dispersion is really good, where the T110E5's on-movement dispersion is actually pretty mid, if I'm going to be completely honest. So, we are going to move on up over here. And I have a feeling that Char... Oh, well, we also got the Stritzvon, and we're not able to hit that Stritzvon just yet, but at least spotting him already kind of stops him from being able to do what he wants. Okay. Well, we got a couple options here, and I think the first option I'm going to make is pushing up this hill, and we're going to see if I can get some damage into the E5. Our K91 is clearly a brainlet. Like, what are you doing, bro? What are you doing? You're just YOLOing out in the open for no reason. Okay, what a skilled pull. Oh, he almost blocked our shot, but thankfully we hit it. The Yag's YOLOing over too. What are we playing here? Is this World of Tanks Blitz? Oh yeah, it most definitely is. I like how that Stritzvon's staring at me over the Yag as well. Like, really? Yeah, clearly the the Chieftain is the big threat here. Well, we get a nice shot into the enemy Stritzvon, and we're going to reload again. Let's see if we can get another shell into the Stritzvon. There you go. This is where the accuracy feels amazing. I mean, you can't even deny it. The gun on the Chieftain is absolutely incredible. And, by the way, there's the reverse speed of the E5. It just doesn't reverse fast enough to really get it out of tricky situations. And with this damaged Amarak, I just don't see much of a spot where that E5 is going to be able to live much longer. We get another shell into that Stritzvon, lowering him about half of his health at this point, which is obviously pretty solid. And, well, trying to figure out what the best play is here. And, well, let's aim it on the Stritzvon. Look at that. I mean, this gun is incredible. How can you dislike this tank? Like, seriously, how can you hate on the Chieftain when this is what it's able to do? I mean, everything about it is just amazing. So, we're just going to poke this 50 TP. I don't really care if he shoots me, honestly. Up bounces my flat side. That's what we like to call a bit of a skill issue there. Alright, well, we have the 50 TP. There you go. We were able to pen him. I'm actually rather surprised that shot hit, but I'm not going to get mad. Alright, let's aim it on the 50 TP again. We're not able to high explosive pen him, but we'll track him, dealing 420 in the process. 183 tries to kill me, however I angle it properly, stopping him from penetrating that shell. Yeah, you're not too good, bro. Let's aim it on the 50. Monk! There you go. Well, the enemy team only has 3 tanks left. We've blocked a pretty solid amount, 2,700 damage this game. And just like that, we've taken what normally would be a pretty mediocre game and already dealt 4,500 damage in it. So we have the E4. There you go. Another nice shot into the T110E4. We're going to reload again. I'm not really sure why the E4 is tunneling the mouse, to be honest. Kind of a goofy play if you ask me, but I don't really care. 183 hushes me. Oh no. Anyway, what will I ever do? Well, we're going to load in a high explosive. Although I guess it didn't matter, but that would have penned. Either way, I mean, look at the damage. Look at the capabilities of the Chieftain. It's incredible. It really is. We ended up dealing, I would say, over 5,000 this game. Yeah, 5,600. We blocked 2,770, and we had one of the easiest farms in our lives. The gun on this tank is incredible. And what you witnessed me do in this game would probably not be potentially a thing in the next updates when they rebalance the game. So Wargaming, I beg you, please just make it a second gun. If you do, I'm not going to be mad. But if you don't, I'm going to be pissed. And even if I really enjoy the Hesh gun, which as I said, I probably will, I'm still going to be pissed. I think you're really taking away the capabilities of a vehicle that are currently insane. I mean, look at my average damage, 3,800 with an 85% and 20 battles played. The Chieftain really is incredible. I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.